Why play Aatrox top? Well, he's an incredible lane bully. He has no mana, so his abilities are free to use. He has tons of sustain built into his kit, and his Q is incredible, providing tons of damage and CC and basically being 3 abilities. However, Aatrox does struggle later in the game, especially getting through armor, and he is incredibly reliant on hitting skill shots. Aatrox's passive periodically makes his next basic attack deal additional damage and heal him for all the damage dealt. This can be used on minions, but you only heal 25% of the damage. Attacks against champions and large monsters reduce this cooldown by 2 seconds, and each Q hit reduces it by 4. Aatrox's Q is its bread and butter, and as the game goes on, this cooldown becomes incredibly short. This ability can be cast 3 times shortly after each other. The first Q is a long, thin skill shot which deals damage, and if you hit an enemy with the edge, they take 60% bonus damage and are knocked up. The second Q is a larger skill shot which deals 25% more damage and has the same bonuses for hitting the edge of the attack. The third Q is a circle attack in front of you, which deals 25% more damage again, and the critical area is in the middle of the circle. Aatrox's W is a short-range, thin skill shot which slows the first enemy hit and deals damage. After the target is hit, they get an area around them. They then have 1.5 seconds to leave this area, and if they don't, they're pulled back to the middle and take damage again. Aatrox's E has a passive where he gains a huge amount of Omnivamp and gains even more during his ultimate. The active makes him dash a very small distance, but the amazing thing about this is you can use it while channeling other abilities to help land that first Q. Aatrox's ultimate fears nearby minions and gives him movement speed, attack speed, and increased self-healing over 10 seconds. For each takedown he gets an additional 5 seconds in his ultimate, so it basically works as a huge steroid. Your main high damage combo is to use Q and then use your E dash to ensure it lands. Follow this up with your W into basic attack, into another Q into basic attack, and then your final Q into another basic attack. For Masteries, take this. It's a huge amount of damage and buffs your sustain. For build order, start either Blade or Shield and Pot before getting tier 2 boots. From here you can either go Eclipse for a large amount of damage or Gore Drinker to be more of a bruiser, before getting Black Cleaver and Sevalda's Grudge. To finish your build, buy any of these depending on what you need. For skill order, start Q, then E, then W before maxing Q, then E, then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoners, take Flash and Ignite. TP is good too. Starting the laning phase, you're looking to play aggressive and get an advantage early. Your abilities don't cost mana, and with the passive on your E, you get a huge amount of Omnivamp. This means every trade you take, your opponent is using their health and mana, where you're just using your health, which you get back quite easily. When looking to trade, as early as level 1, your Q basically gives you 3 abilities and will reset your passive, meaning the longer the fight, the better you'll do. And as soon as you have E at level 2, it makes your engage incredibly easy. And if you're able to get your full combo off more than once, it will usually mean a kill for you. When you hit level 6, remember, you're in a long lane and a huge bully. As your ultimate gives you a large amount of movement speed, you can use this to absolutely run your opponent down. Entering the mid game, you're looking to transition your strong early game into more advantage as you're still incredibly strong. Take your tower as soon as possible and use your pressure to get other towers and objectives. Late game, your damage does fall off, but you are far from useless. In a team fight, you're going to be this bruiser frontline who relies on their Omnivamp to make you tanky, so keep dealing tons of damage on as many targets as possible. Your Q is still an AoE ability with a knockup. The more of these you land, the more damage you do, the more disruption you do, and the healthier you get. Keep looking for those takedowns to extend the duration of your ultimate to make you a beast for longer.